Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve here in the studio. Hello, Steve.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Always a pleasure. Doing Takeaway Chinese is fun because we are able to talk about the things that we're quite familiar in life, yet the expressions or the way of saying them, and even sometimes the forming of certain word can be quite surprising from a linguistic point of view.
I would agree with that. Yeah, sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it requires a little further explanation.
Like 水果.
Right.
Watery result being fruit.
Yeah.
Because the fruit is very water.
That
contains
one,
a lot of water.
I needed a little bit more explaining.
Yes, but that's the fun thing. From the words, from the expressions, we get to know how people understand the world using that language. I've heard a theory saying that for those people whose native language does not have tense, for example, in English, you have past tense, you have present tense, you have future tense. And in Chinese, we don't really have a structure separating those things differently or have different format or version of the verb suggesting it's for future or for the present or for the past. And I've heard a theory, or there has been this one study showcasing that in Chinese, for example, people tend to save a bit more money because they do not separate present from the future.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
I've never heard that before.
And in English, on the contrary, because you have very specifically a future tense and feels like, today and tomorrow, there's a line between, and I have to seize the moment, enjoy life. And if I have to take a loan to spend some money today, it's tomorrow's problem. I do not really care. I don't know how...
Makes Western people sound incredibly financially irresponsible.
No, I don't know how scientific the result is, but I think it's a fun theory.
I know what you mean. Yeah, no, I didn't know that about Chinese culture, that there's no real separation from the future and the present. So what that means is
we put time reference words in the sentence without changing the format of the verbs. For instance, I say 我明天去. It's exactly like I 明天 tomorrow 去 go. I don't say I will go tomorrow. The go is the same, or the 去 is the same 去I use for present tense.
So the word tomorrow is the cue that you're speaking about the future.
Clear enough for us.
And that makes sense. That's very efficient.
Yes, it's efficient, and I find it easier to learn for those who are, studying the language.
And it makes me realize that English is a little redundant at times, because I will go tomorrow.
I'm making you...
yes and no, because it means there's some intent for the future, but there's no mention of when the future, at what point in the future.
So tomorrow is still in need.
Yeah, so English is okay still, I guess.
I think every language has its fun characters. And one thing I noticed recently is that in Chinese, well, in any language, there are definitely a lot of words, nouns, specifically for body parts or for your organs. And of course, you need nouns for that.
Sure.
But in Chinese, we have a lot of sayings, idioms and traditional sayings or proverbs related to these. I don't know, how often do you see the word mouth or eyes in English idiom? And we can talk about it today.
Yeah, I'm sure we can think of a couple of examples, because in English, and I think probably in almost every language, there's a lot of expressions related to the human body.
Yes, and for those of you who are listening, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. Let's start from the most common organs. When I teach my kid, I start with the ones on your face because it's easier to point at, and you can touch for example, your eyes and touch your kid's eye.
Try not to touch your eyes or your children's eyes.
Just point at it so he understands.
Right, I know.
And it's fun to do that. And for our eyes, in Chinese, it's 眼睛.
眼睛.
Yes. So 眼 already is your eye. 睛, my feeling is that it's the central point of your eye. It carries the meaning that by pointing at it, the shiny part, the essence of it. But together, 眼睛 is your eye. And we have the Chinese idiom 画龙点睛.
画龙点睛.
Yes, it's a Chinese idiom, and there's a story behind it saying that there was this very famous and very good painter in ancient China, and he's really good at basically drawing anything. It's very vivid. He used his brush pen to draw, and one day people say, why is that in all of your paintings, the dragon, which is 龙, by the way, you paint, 画龙 is painting a dragon. Why is that all of the dragons that you painted have no eye? I mean, there's a hole there, but you never give it the final touch in the eye. What happened? Why? And he said, I couldn't do that because my paintings are so vivid. If I point, which is 点, the central point of the eye there, if I finish painting the eye, the dragon would be so vivid that it comes to life and fly away. And the friends would not believe him, so he finished painting the final several stroke of the eye of the dragon, and the dragon really come to life and fly away.
Okay.
That was the story, and that is why 画龙点睛, draw the dragon, and then 点 is point at the eye or finish drawing the eye, means that finish your final but very, very vital touch.
So when can we use that expression?
You can use it as, for example, in a meeting and someone said the most important words, and you can say, oh, that speech was a 画龙点睛 speech.
That was
the most important one. It points out at the central theme of today's event. Or maybe you can say, or in an article, there are one sentence that is the most important. It might not be carrying the major proportion of it, but it's the most important, and that's 画龙点睛.
画龙点睛.
Yes. So the reason I'm sharing that is 眼, your eye, is relatively neutral or a general common term, whereas 睛 carries the essence of it kind of feeling.
Okay, so when you say that particular story, is that an expression that comes up a lot, like in those situations? In
relatively official situations. I don't think in like oral language or in everyday life it's that common, but it's quite common in Chinese.
Understood.
That's 眼睛. And 鼻子.
鼻子.
That's your nose. And 耳朵.
耳朵.
That's your ear.
Okay.
耳朵. And mouth would be 嘴.
嘴.
Or 嘴巴.
嘴巴.
No, you do not have to do that. My son does that. That's why I did that.
Stop trying to teach me to talk like a baby.
嘴巴.
嘴巴. No, I have to do it now.
Okay, so 嘴, that's the third tone.
Yeah.
And 巴 there is the light tone. So 嘴巴.
嘴巴.
And those are the common ways. We mentioned in Chinese, in Mandarin, we like 2-syllable words. But in ancient days, there were 1-syllable words or 1-character words. There were a lot of those.
Okay.
And that is why in a lot of Chinese idioms, they still use the 1 single character word to represent it because it's easier. We like 4-character idioms, and you want that idiom to carry as much information as possible. That is why there's also 眼睛 was 目.
What do you mean? 眼睛 was 目.
眼睛 is still 目. 目 is the 1-character way to talk about eye.
Oh, okay.
目.
目.
And 耳朵 is 耳.
I see. R.
鼻子
鼻. Mm-hmm.
嘴巴
嘴.
or 口.
口.
口 is a hole or a gate, a something. Or an entrance, 入口.
入口.
Yes, 口, 入口. For instance, in Chinese, we have a saying, 病从口入, 祸从口出. 病 is disease, 从 is from, 口 is your mouth, and 入 is enter. That is why entrance is 入口, whereas exit is 出口. Especially in the stadium, you want people to...
You'll see that sign,
yes,
right?
Yes, So, 病从口入, that means disease will come from your mouth. it means that if you eat something bad, you might catch a disease.
Okay.
So you need to make sure it's clean and make sure the food is good without it expired or something.
Is there any metaphorical meaning for that? Or is
Yes, there's a second part. The second part is 祸从口出. 祸 means something bad that happens to people. And 从, again, from, 口, mouth, 出 is out. So if you say something wrong, something bad might happen to you. If you accuse somebody of things they didn't do, they might come and find you and confront you. If you spread a rumor, it causes problem.
Okay.
Right? It's a
Yeah.
fun way to think about the world, right?
Yeah, so you use that expression when someone is accusing you of something and you want to say like, be careful.
That can happen. Or you want to describe the situation where somebody accidentally said something wrong. It can be a secret that should not be shared.
Or,
it can
yeah,
be...
that's what I was going to say. Or somebody's gossiping.
Yes,
Then you can
yes.
say that then too.
Yes. You can say it directly to those who are making trouble with his words, or you can, gossip about other people gossiping and causing problems.
Yeah.
It's just, Chinese idiom.
I got it.
It's a fun one. And the reason I am also sharing about 目 being your eye and 耳 being your ear is because there's another idiom, 耳聪目明.
耳聪目明.
耳聪
目明.
It's a very important one because there are so many other expressions related to this one. To start with, 耳 is your ear. 聪 means you can hear clearly. And in Chinese, if someone is having problems hearing and even deaf, you say 失聪,
失聪,
losing 聪.
losing 聪.
No, 聪 is the 耳聪, the Chinese character. So if you're losing the 聪 thing in your life, it means that you're losing the ability to listen very clearly.
Okay, so we use that when people are kind of not paying attention?
No. It's really talking about a
literally.
physical, medical situation. I'm just saying 聪, this character, is representing being able to hear very clearly, the
Okay.
ability to hear.
The ability to hear well.
Yes, that's 失聪. If you say 他失聪, it means this person cannot hear. And the 目 we know is eye. 明 can be bright. And we believe that if your eyes are very bright and shiny and you can see things very clearly, and even very far, it's 明.
明.
So 失明, losing the bright, you're losing the ability to see.
And that's a literal meaning.
Yes. So 失聪 would be deaf. 失明 would be
Blind. Okay.
right? So 耳聪目明, if this person can see very clearly, can hear very clearly, you're describing someone who is, to start with, can see and hear very well, but also you're saying he or she is very aware of the surrounding area. They're very sensitive in a good way, not that emotionally sensitive, but very having the ability to know about the surroundings quite well. And that's how you form that word. And I'm mentioning this because if you put 聪 and 明 together, the ability to hear and the ability to see very well and very smart. 聪明 is smart.
Okay.
Right?
I see the connection there. 聪明.
聪明.
聪明 means you're smart.
You're smart.
Like
you're
intelligent.
aware of things, intelligent, and you know stuff.
Okay.
That because I didn't used to draw the connection among all these things until I started to, study the languages
Analyze
and
it, sure.
learning the languages. It's a fun thing, in my opinion.
I agree with that. Yeah. And when you hear the logic behind it, it makes it easier to remember and easier to understand.
Yes, and we already know that. Oh, that's the thing in Chinese. Because there are different ways to address the same thing, you would see that being represented or being used in other fixed phrases or idioms. Remember not to change them, not change it to the word that is usually interchangeable in other situations. For example, we talked about 嘴 being your mouth,
Yeah.
and 口 being also your mouth. In this specific Chinese idiom, 七嘴八舌.
七嘴八舌.
舌 is your tongue, 舌头.
Okay. 舌头.
舌头 or 舌, that's your tongue. 嘴 we know is mouth. 七, 7, 八, 8. 7 mouths and 8 tongues. Guess what it means?
7 mouths and 8 tongues means you eat very well.
It means you're having a very lively conversation or everybody's talking together.
That also makes sense.
Yes, right? It's just very loud and a lot of people talking and with not much of an order. You can also talk about, in this meeting, everyone's talking, but they're not, making that much sense.
Sure.
Or they're not having a effective result after the discussion because everyone's talking.
Everybody's having a different conversation at the same time.
Yes, it's
like a dinner party.
like that, yes.
Okay.
七嘴八舌.
七嘴八舌.
And then another Chinese idiom, 重口一词.
重口一词.
重 is the 3 人, 重, so 3 人, meaning the mass, a lot of people. 口, we know that's also mouth. 一 is 1. 词 is one saying or one speech or one idea, one way of believing in something or expressing something. And that means people are drawing a conclusion. They are making a consensus. They believe in the same thing. 众口一词, people believe, all of the people, they're having the same idea about one thing.
What context would you use that?
One, you're saying that, wow.
Like we all agree?
We all agree. And my initial point about these two idioms was that you cannot change the character in one idiom to another character that you think means the same thing.
Yeah, because you can have different words for the same body part, but you can't use those interchangeably in the idioms because an idiom is an idiom.
Yes, precisely.
Got it.
So those are some body parts or some organs that in Chinese that are frequently used in idioms. There are so many. Is there anyone in English, for example? Let me see if I can find a Chinese equivalent.
Well, I want to go further down the body all the way to the bottom to talk about dancing or the inability to dance. 2 left feet. I have 2 left feet means I can't dance. Can you see the logic there?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do you have that kind of expression in Chinese?
Not really. We do not have an expression specifically talking about being bad at dancing, but we do have one talking about being not very coordinated with your body parts in the sense that we say 同手同脚.
同手同脚.
同 is the same. 手 is your hand. 脚 is your foot. So 同手同脚 means when this person moves his left foot and left hand together and then right hand and right foot together, very clumsy.
I think you just described my dancing style. That's my best move.
Okay, so 同手同脚, that would be talking about this person, being not
lack of coordination.
Yes.
Okay, let me go back up to the top of the body then. How about this? An eye for an eye.
We have that.
Which is a revenge.
We exactly have that. We say 以眼还眼,以牙还牙.
Oh, that's quite long. One more time, please.
It's not that. Well, we already know 眼 is your eye,
yeah.
眼睛.
眼睛,
and 以 is with, 眼, eye, 还, give back, 眼 to your eye. Eye for an eye. Literally eye for an eye.
That was the same thing.
But we also say 以牙还牙. And 牙 is tooth. So 以牙还牙, give back a tooth for a tooth.
So an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Yes.
Here's a question. When you say that expression, do you say the full expression?
You can also just say 以牙还牙 or just 以眼还眼.
Oh, because it's exactly the same.
Oh,
in
really?
English. Yeah, except people usually... I don't know. I think that's true. People usually only say the first part of the expression, an eye for an eye. But the full expression is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
That's very interesting.
Right?
Yes.
How did that happen?
I will check and see which language
which came
is
first.
learning from which one.
Yeah, who borrowed from who? That's fun.
How about this one? Do you have an expression talking about when people are very close to each other or when they take really good care of each other? We have a saying of 肝胆相照.
肝胆相照.
So 肝 is liver.
Uh-huh.
胆 is gut. because in the human body, the gut and the liver are quite close together. They're, neighboring organs.
Friends.
Yes. And 相照 xiang means each other. It carries a mutually kind of feeling. And 照 is 照顾, is take care. So 肝胆相照 means that you're very close and you take care of each other and you see through each other's liver and gall. That's a direct translation, but actually means to show utter devotion to a friend and to take care of each other, to have each other's back.
Chinese is often, I would say most times, very poetic and very pretty.
But not
to
this
say,
one.
I love you like my liver loves my gut.
Okay.
Isn't the most poetic or beautiful expression I've heard.
If you don't like that one, we have another one.
All right.
We say 唇齿相依.
唇齿相依.
唇 is your lip. 齿 is 牙齿. That's your teeth.
Okay.
So 唇齿相, again, that's the reciprocal kind of character. 依 is 依存, so together. So 唇齿相依 is they're together, they take care of each other. 唇齿相依. We are the kind of relationship that we're, to start with, very close geographically or distantly speaking, we're very close. And at the same time, we should be taking care of each other.
Because we are
Close.
Geographically.
Yes.
Like we live next door.
Yes.
So we should help to take care of each other.
Yes. The thing is, 肝胆相照 is saying, it's kind of like describing that we're having this relationship, that we have been taking care of each other, have each other's back, supporting each other for a long time. So it can say that this friendship is 肝胆相照. We've had this really good friendship. Whereas 唇齿相依 is describing, it's like you're explaining to your neighbor, we should take care of each other. We should have each other's back because we're just really close.
Yeah. 肝胆相照. Can you say that to a coworker?
Yeah, you kind of can, but it's really drastically describing your relationship.
Oh, it's too much.
It's a bit too much. I think I've seen this being used in Chinese martial art novels, because in those novels, they also 两肋插刀, which is another idiom describing that I take care of my friend even if in the situation where I need to put a knife in between my ribs.
Let me tell you, I don't have any friends like that.
And that's, 两肋插刀. You just have a friend go through your ribs.
I understand. It's very like...
drastic.
Yeah, I will protect you.
Yes,
right.
that. And 肝胆相照 is a bit, extreme like that.
That would be hilarious if you said that to your coworker.
Yes. And 唇齿相依 can also be used to describe two countries. They're really close to each other, which means there can be some, frictions between neighboring countries, but we say 我们的关系, our relationship, 唇齿相依. One can't really live without the other. We should really be caring and be nice to each other, which is why there's another one. There are so many
there
idioms.
Must be countless, right?
And the reason I'm mentioning the other one is because it's really closely related to 唇齿相依, because another idiom is 唇亡齿寒. So 唇, again, is your lip. 亡 is dead. 齿, teeth or tooth. 寒, cold. So if there's no lip, the teeth must feel cold, which makes a lot of sense. And
true.
this is saying that if the fence is gone, the garden will be exposed. If you lose one party, the other party will not be in a very preferable situation or environment, which means that they should take care of each other.
I can't live without you?
A little bit, but not that
Not
romantic.
that dramatic?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think of a situation. I always want to know, right? I always want to know which scenarios I can use.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. 唇亡齿寒.
Because I was about to go to Yushan and say 肝胆相照.
肝胆相照.
Yeah. I was going to say 肝胆相照.
You can say 我们是肝胆相照的朋友 and scare him.
I will always protect you, Yushan.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, that would be weird. So for this one, your teeth will get cold if you have no lips. I understand what it means. Like you won't function as well if the other
is not
person
around.
isn't around.
Oh, by the way, I think these are more used for scenarios of neighboring countries instead of people.
Okay.
You kind of can, like 肝胆相照，我们俩的关系，我们俩肝胆相照. It's a bit drastic, it's a bit, but for countries, it makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
When you're talking about, international relations. For two neighboring countries, you say, 我们的关系唇齿相依，一衣带水，唇齿相依. We're really close to each other. There's only a river parting both of us, or we share the same river, and we should be nice to each other because we're like lips and teeth. One will not be that happy without the other.
Yeah, I understand. But that one you wouldn't use it about, like if your coworker is leaving the company, then you wouldn't say, because in English you would say like, oh, it's not going to be the same without you, which is kind of what we're talking about here.
Yes, but maybe no.
Okay.
Because they're implying that with you going, I'm going to die. That's not the same as won't be the same without you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's like saying, I will cease to exist. Yeah.
Since you're leaving. So I'm accusing you for doing something horrible to me.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a bit weird. But there are many, many, many more fun idioms in this regard. And hopefully if you have learned one fun expression, one very interesting Chinese idiom related to body parts or organs that you want to share with us, please leave that in the comment area. Let us know which one is your favorite organ-related Chinese.
Can we say to our listeners, we can't live without you? Without you, we will cease to exist.
Do not threat our listeners.
That's not a threat. It's a compliment of sorts.
It is a compliment.
Well, let me just say it in English then. Thank you, as always, for listening to Takeaway Chinese. Without you, we don't have a great show.
Yes, and that's totally true.
Okay, and totally acceptable for broadcasting.
Yes, much, much better.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for listening to this episode of Takeaway Chinese. Please let us know if you've enjoyed the show. And again, what is your favorite Chinese idiom related to organ or not? While you're on that, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating as well. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
Thanks for being with us today. See you next time.